Hello everybody, this is Sonia. Now I'm back on here again today because I'm really keen to get on with this. Yesterday I was having, well, when I say camera trouble, it's not really a trouble because I just, the thing just turns itself off when it's run out of battery. Like I said, I can't see my screen because it's facing the roof. Maybe I could put a mirror on the roof. Never mind. Next time I get a camera, I'm definitely get one of those I can look at, see what's actually in frame. But anyway, so I did those two on the tutorial yesterday, so I'm going to show you now how to do this, which is really good fun because I did a tutorial on it, but it went wrong and I couldn't put it up. And the reason I'm a bit slow with putting these things up is because I run into a few hitches with my loading. Sonia loaded the wrong thing. Okay, so now I need a piece of thread, the colour of the beads that I'm going to make that out of. So I'm going to do it in red, and I did have all those sitting here to start with this morning, but here it is. No, I put it that way. Okay, so we'll get a red piece of thread. Now, I do have a thing here that I can peep through to see the thread that it's actually fell off that string and fell down there. Let's not worry about that. Let's see if we can just thread this without stressing everybody out. Hope it doesn't stress me out too. So nobody panic, and we'll just do this here. There you go. If I can, and I'm having a good day with my eyes, I'm right. With two thicknesses of thread. You probably need it to be about a bit over 30 centimetres or a foot long. Okay, there should be enough for this flower. Now, we'll need some of these little beads here. And I don't know, I can't tell you what size they are because I've taken them out of their little box a long time ago. I'm going to use one of these, a bead out of this one, because this is my bead soup, which means I have a lot of beads that I didn't want to sort out yet, and maybe I'll do it one day. I might put a green centre in that. I might put a green centre in, you'll be able to see them nicely. Okay, so what we need to do with this is, because so you'll need a few of these, you know, you could buy a packet of them, it only cost you a few dollars. Now why did I stick that in myself? Now on here, because I'm showing you this, I'm only doing it on a twinchy size piece, because I'll probably use these when I finish off a little bit of work in them. I'll put something through there and stop sticking the needle in myself, and I could use these for twinchies later, but I've put a piece of like a filling that you put in your quilts or something behind it. You can use a bit of felt. I do like to put something behind when I'm doing beading. Don't ask me why, I just have always liked a bit more stability. I think you feel a bit more stable. Now you want to thread this on. Well, this is only green one on there, so it's not going to matter if the is there red on that, because the red's going to be, now you'll go through one way and then come back and go through the other side, like so. Here we go. Now, I know there was one lady on the here that could not see what I was doing, and I'm terribly sorry, but I don't think I can get this to be down any closer. If you could do it on a full screen or watch it on something a bit bigger than your phone, because I don't know how else to fix that for you. 1, 2, now I don't know how many I want yet. 3, hang on. Because of the size of the bead, you just want to check when you're doing the first one. It's a little bit of trial and error. So that's 3, 4, 5. Now these should be a little bit smaller than the one that's in the centre, the beads, see, like that. Now we're going to make this part that goes around like that, so I need a few more beads. The other two that are on here are in the previous video that I made, so if you want to see how they're done, you just go onto that. I did, so I'm going to put up a, so that'll be about good, about right, about good. So that'll be about right, so you've got them threaded onto there, okay? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm just going to go back in near there, right? With that, I'll try and hold this up a bit closer so you can see. So that goes up there against there like that, all right? Now, I'll do the other side here, come up through here. Now, I've left it not fastened down, and that can be up to you. I will fasten it down in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Righto. Now we do go back in here, next to just very up there, right near that other bead, so you can see, you know, that it's not going to get lost there. There we go. There's that. That looks like a little bow. We could finish it there if you liked, or you can keep going, you see, and do this flower. So we'll come up here at the end, do another 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we've got a lot more, loads and loads of stuff that we can put on 20s, okay? So there's a few people out there that said they enjoyed doing them, so that's really good because I can keep showing you lots of things to put on them. So then you go right there like that, okay? And you give him a little bit of a, there's only 9 on there. 2, 4, 6, yes. Now you come up this other side here, and you'll get 9 more. Not hard at all, is it? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. And I always I usually pick my beads up off the thing, because if I try to pick them up and find the hole, that just takes forever. Can't do that because now I think they're going to look good. I need that one there's got 5, so I'm thinking I might just add another one. Might just add another one in there and give it a bit more of a flowery look. So I'll come up in between these two that I've moved slightly apart. So it will go in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hope everybody's having a nice day. It's really cold here again. I suppose that's what we get when you have in winter. And I slept in, and it doesn't matter though, does it? I'm thinking about all the times when we were younger and we had to get out of bed before everybody else was up and go and do stuff like. Anyway, we won't go into that. Okay, so there you go. That's looking very wonky. I hope I've got the right amount in there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 years. I'm just going to have to manoeuvre him a bit, you know, to get the. If you go along and you come up through the back here and you sort of go over your thread, go over that thread that you thread them on with, and then you fasten it down. It'll go to a point like that. You can do that if you want to. Now this one I've come away too far from that, I think, and I'm going to have to go back through it. Yes, see? But hopefully this trick that I have, I can get this undone. I'm going to pull it back, the needle and the cotton. Now you can't do this, I don't think, with an ordinary needle and cotton on a piece of fabric. But with these needles, because they're so fine, if you just get your 2 pieces of cotton here and it will go back through. It will go back through. Bit of patience to do it, Sonia, for you. I think I'm pulling the wrong bit, aren't I? Clever. Where is that? Here. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I was pulling them off piece. Now, take this bit up too, because I went too far at the end with that. So it's too far away from the flower, and it just goes straight through there. Look at that. Isn't that clever? Okay, that just come from me being too lazy to pull it all out, and it works. So what I'm doing now, I'm just going into the flower part itself, into the petal part itself. I want to come up instead of, and then going underneath that, and then putting it down out there instead of right. So it's making it more pointier, the petal. Now I've gone up on the outside again. That was a bit naughty, but I've got it long enough so it'll reach there. So this is what our flower is going to look like. And put that right up there. So there's our beaded flower. And you don't have to fasten them down. You can let them sit up. They still work perfectly fine sitting up. They look really good sitting up, I think. It's up to you whether you want it to be flat or not. I'll just show you the other. I've got some over here that I put in that bag and they're sitting up. Now end them off really good. Put this over here on this bag. And I made, now these ones here, I've left those sitting up, see? And that's just, and they make a, well, it's really good. You could do a butterfly like that too, or a bow or something, whatever you wanted to do, but that's what they look like if you don't fasten them down. So it's up to you, whatever you're going for, whether you want them to be fastened down or not. And and now I'm going to show you how to do a stem for that. There's a stem with leaves, and that's really easy. That one, two. So I've got these beads here, which are the green ones. Now, these are just ordinary seed beads, and these are a bugle bead. These are called because they're long. They're a long one. So I'll need a bit of green for that. The same amount of thread, because what we're doing is not that. Now I only have this much left over, but I still had enough to do it, and without it getting, if it gets too long sometimes it tends to get tangled up. So if you can sort of get used to what you're doing and judge how much you need. So when it's folded over, it's probably only about, that didn't work today, it's probably about 12 inches, 30 centimetres long when it's folded over, the thread length. Okay, so now this is going to upset me, because this is well, like I said yesterday, I think when I was doing this same thing, this is a thicker thread, and really not that easy to thread through the hole. And I got him. Can you see the hole? There. Maybe I should put something underneath it. I don't know. Look at this. I don't think you can see that hole through there, can you? Maybe not. It's very small. It's very thin, actually. Fine. But anyway, because this thread was a bit older than the other one. I've had it for a while, so different grades they make now, I suppose, to what they used to do. Don't be panicking. I'm just trying to get this through there. So we just need about, like I said, 30 centimetres, I suppose, of thread, and you want to finish that off really good. Now you can use a beading thread if you want to. It's up to you. It's a very, very fine and light colour. It's up to you whether you want to do it or not. Now I'm going to start from the flower, and I'm going to put on these seed beads. I could have started from the bottom, I suppose. There's no really rules on that. Definitely always put a knot in your work. You don't, I suppose you don't have to. It's up to the person yourself, but you definitely put knots in mine. I don't want it falling apart. So I'm going to thread on just an amount that I think will be long enough before I'm going to be putting the first one of those bugle beads on there. So I'll come down to I'm going to put it just this way a little tiny bit, you know, because it's not actually straight, is it? That, you know, your stem's not necessarily going to be a straight one. And then I'll come up, I went down in there, and I'm going to come up next, or a bit down further, not in the same space, if you can come back in a different space and put some more on. Really easy, this bit, isn't it, to do? Really easy. Just pick up some beads. Hope this isn't going for too long, and I hope I upload the right one today. Couldn't believe that I sat there all that time yesterday, waited for that to load up, and then it had to hide to tell me that I'd already loaded that video. I couldn't believe that. Why didn't that tell me before I started all this? So anyway, so I've gone down here at the bottom. Now, I'm going to put on one of these long ones, one of these bugle beads, so I'll just thread that on there. And I'm going to put him down here. He's like a bit of grass, maybe. It's your imagination that, you know. Then I'm going to actually, because I'm coming up here with my thread, I want to fasten down these a little bit more secure by putting a thread of cotton between the beads on the string to hold that down. Because when I get up to here, I'm not very pleased with the way that this is very kicky out, this thing, but I'll come up along here first, and then I'm going to put my leaves on, because I want to straighten this up a bit. I actually straighten it up, I want to fix it so it doesn't look so... I might have put too many beads in there. Hang on. We're going to go up here and we're going to come over each, well, that one. Come over where that was. Poor little thing, he's all skew whiff now. Put too many beads on, Sonya, and you've got him all skew whiff. Wait a minute. We'll take him up here a bit further. Somebody bent this, little fellas. Hang on. Now, I'm going to put this is what you probably would do if you made a mistake. You want to fix it. You put this bugle bead in there. And see, it's not wrong at all now, is it? Here you go. Well, I don't think it is. I think it was meant to look like that, don't you? And then I'll put another one up here. Maybe not, that might be too high. No, it's not that long, this thing, so I'll just put a little tiny one there. A little tiny. Some of them are not exactly shaped, you know, all the same length. You'll find when you're packing the beads. But there you go. So there's the flower, okay? And then you can put something else about, you know, you might like to put a little butterfly. I'll teach you how to embroider flowers and little animals and things after a while, okay? So with this here, I'm not really that excited about the shape I've got, so I'm going to go back later on and I'll just make sure that these open a little bit further, and that might make that look a little bit neater. But I think that's pretty good today, okay? So that's how you can do the flower. And I'll be back shortly and show you a couple more things. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.